5 years ago, we decided we needed to get chickens. We've got a lot of dogs and cats and people that we need to feed. So having our own chickens, we get to control what kind of production we get on eggs. Our chickens are fed organic meals and they have plenty of room, so they're very happy chickens. Happy chickens make happy eggs. The one thing about chickens, though, is that they take a break from egg laying. They don't lay every single day all year long. And usually in the darkest part of winter, they will lose all their feathers. They undergo a molt, and you have naked chickens in January, which makes no sense at all, but it has to do with light cycles. And they're very cold. This is when we try to put sweaters on. It doesn't work very well. But they will stop laying for a period of about 2 months, which means we don't have fresh eggs. We would have to get them from the grocery store, and I don't like that quality. So I did some research and found out that yes, you can store eggs. You can freeze eggs. There's actually a way to store them in a glass jar in sort of a brining solution. I haven't tried that yet, but they'll last up to 2 years in that. It's kind of a water bath that they go in. You can also freeze the eggs whole. So you could just put this in your freezer. The problem with that is I worry about them getting cracked and broken. So I did a little more research and discovered that you can freeze the eggs outside the shell. And the first batch that I did, I left the yolks whole and just cracked them into my little container. This is a little silicone ice cube tray that I found. Each little cube will hold 2 eggs. So the second batch that I did, I actually scrambled them, and I kind of like that way better. So in the middle of winter, we will be able, and these shells I'll save and feed them back to the chickens. It's a good calcium source for them. They absolutely love them. One thing about growing your own eggs is you get really dark orange yolks. These are much higher in vitamin D, fat-soluble vitamins, than the eggs that you're going to get from factory-raised chickens. So just gonna mix it up a little bit to break up those yolks. Pour it in my little tray. And so this is a great way. Our chickens are actually producing, we have 11 chickens, and they're producing more eggs than what we can eat right now with our family. So this is a great way to be able to store them and have them for use later on. So each little tray is going to hold 16 eggs. So this is great. In the middle of winter, if I want eggs for the dogs, I can pop these out and cook them, or I can thaw them and feed them raw. But I can also use them for baking. If I want to bake a cake or I want to bake cookies, if a recipe calls for 2 eggs, I've got 2 eggs. If we want scrambled eggs for breakfast, we just put an ice cube tray in the pan and make it. So this is how we start, and then the tray is going to go into the freezer. And when it comes out, this is what you have. I have to let it thaw just a little bit to be able to pop them out of the tray. So we'll let that sit out for about 10 minutes, and then we'll be able to pop them out. Once I pop them out, they go into a freezer baggie. I put 1 cube in each baggie, and then I date the baggie, put the egg in there, and then I use a straw to suck the air out of the bag. And this is the finished product. So you can see the air has been sucked out of there, so there's not a lot of air surrounding the egg. This one was the first batch where I did the eggs whole, so you can see the yolk and the white in there. And then the second batch that I did, they were scrambled, and so we get this nice bright orange little egg. And again, the air has been sucked out of there, and they're dated so that I know when they were put in the freezer. So for those of you who have your own chickens or are thinking about getting chickens, this is a great way to have extra eggs if you don't have enough family to keep up. My goal is to have 40 chickens. Right now we only have 11. 40 chickens are going to make a lot of eggs throughout the year, but this way we will have those eggs available for us all winter. Our chickens, everything is done naturally with them. We have poultry products for deworming, for respiratory infections, for their immune system on the website, and we found them because we want to be able to raise our chickens naturally using herbal products instead of medications. Hopefully this is helpful for all of you, and get some chickens. They're fun, they're friendly. Enjoy your eggs.